Welcome to
Only Murders in the Building,
the official podcast.
I am your host, Michael Cyril Creighton. I play your favorite trio's fourth wheel, the man still sore he wasn't invited to Ladies' Night, Howard Morris. We're dissecting episodes, sharing behind-the-scenes stories, and playing games with some of the amazing actors, writers, and crew from Season 5 of Only Murders in the Building. Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
It's a ladies' night for important ladies like moi, and it's literally in the building.
Today's show is all about Episode 8, Cuckoo Chicks. We'll talk with actor Russell G. Jones about Dr. Grover's impromptu therapy session with Charles and Oliver. We'll talk about Ladies' Night with co-writer of Episode 8, McKenna Thurber. We'll talk with set decorator Mila Kalovich about the visual feast that is the Arconia. And we'll hear from casting director Tiffany Little Canfield about how the show keeps bringing in the most impressive actors season after season, present host included. But first, a quick recap of Episode 8. So if you haven't watched, stop, come back after you have. I will be here waiting with open arms. It's Ladies' Night at the Velvet Room, and Mabel, Loretta, Detective Williams, and Rainey all go. Camilla is one apartment away from owning the Arconia.
What? So Camilla owns 51%?
Not yet. It's still in escrow.
Closes tomorrow.
Which is at midnight.
So Oliver and Charles try to convince Dr. Grover Stanley not to sell, but they're too late.
12:15. Escrow's closed.
Camilla tells Loretta that Sophia was cheating on Nikki. Then, Loretta finds the bloody elevator crank in Nikki's office.
There's blood. Did you just find the murder weapon?
The team learns that Lester's bird whistle sets off a camera aimed at the fountain. Footage from the night Lester died shows Randall picking up the bloody elevator crank. One classic Arconia resident we see again this season is Dr. Grover Stanley, played by the amazing Russell G. Jones. Hey, Russell. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome back to the Arconia. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
So let's go back all the way to season 1. What was your first day?
My first day was a scene in the lobby where the residents are trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm Dr. Grover Stanley, and I'm sure we're all grieving the loss of Tim Kono. If you need to talk privately about Tim or whatever, I live on 6 and I take Venmo.
So my same first day, right? The building meeting with Bunny.
Yeah.
Where she tells us to stop murdering.
Yes.
Right?
If you're a murderer, stop murdering.
What do you remember about that day?
I remember, it was during the COVID days, so I remember being super masked and zoned and no contact with anybody. And I remember just being so excited to be involved in a comedy at that time.
Yeah.
And just how the whole thing just sort of buoyed my spirits.
Yeah, and I remember being directed like this, and Steve and Marty do impressions of it all the time. It was like, okay, you're gonna walk over there, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. And you have no idea what they're saying, you just nod and go, okay.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about that is our director for the pilot and the second episode of season 1, and who does every finale we have, was Jamie Babbitt.
Jamie Babbitt.
How do you know Jamie Babbitt?
I know Jamie Babbitt because we went to junior high school and high school together, and we had a really thorough theater program. So we had a junior acting ensemble and we had a senior acting ensemble, and Jamie was one of the usual suspects of that community, and she's always been just effervescent and charming, and in fact, the reason why I got involved in that theater program was because they were doing a cheaper by the dozen, and they were having auditions, and no boys were auditioning, so it was all girls, and there were a couple roles that were boys but played by girls. And me and another friend, Chris Callister, were in the hallway outside of the theater doing a stupid game where we throw our backpacks at each other and run, and then you run around the whole rotunda. And I was coming back, and Jamie came out and she's like, Russell, you should audition for the play. You'll be so good. And I was like, you think so, Jamie? She was like, yeah, it'll be so good. And I was like, okay. And I went and auditioned. They're like, great, you're playing Larry, the youngest boyfriend of the smallest whatever. And that was my beginning.
That is amazing.
Organized theater.
Really?
Yeah.
So Jamie Babbitt is sort of your acting whisperer.
She is.
This show is the first time you're working with her.
Yeah,
That's
and I didn't know that
fantastic.
she was on. I didn't know that she was involved. It was just an
Really?
audition, and then I showed up to the set, and she was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Put that down! What are you risking everything?"
Yeah, that was a weird time.
I'm sure we're all grieving the death of our dear Evelyn. And just a quick reminder, I live on 6 and Venmo.
So I have a question about Dr. Grover Stanley.
Yes.
I know a little bit about him. I know he loves Venmo. I know he loves. I'm wondering if you have sort of a backstory for him, or if there's any lore you can give me about Dr. Grover Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really make up a backstory about him, but what I learned from him about the script and what I think he brings to the sort of tapestry of the building is like he's a very stable sort of resident, but he also is like an indicator of the economics of the situation. It is like he's always trying to find a way to get another stream of income or another way to feel valuable in the community.
Yeah.
But he's also like not trying to ripple too many waves.
Yeah.
So he feels like a sort of baseline resident, and like the other characters get compared to that sort of normalcy.
Yeah. He's sort of a normal guy in a wild building.
Yeah.
I just remember that he's instrumental in Howard's sort of blossoming, because Dr. Grover Stanley's the one that's like, go ask that guy out. In season 2, you were instrumental in me asking Jonathan out on a date.
Oh, isn't he something? The power may be out, but there are sparks flying off of that one.
So ask him out. Yes.
So thank you for that.
Yeah, I thought it was a moving scene too.
Howard's sexual awakening.
Well, I mean, Howard's not the only person that Dr. Grover has helped with their
he's helping a
sexual
lot.
blossoming. Yeah.
Who else? Who else would you say?
Well, like, you don't kiss and tell.
Don't kiss and tell. Uma. It's Uma. Okay. So in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about this. You have this great scene, the therapy session between you and Charles and Oliver.
So, who wants to start?
Then Detective Williams comes in and sort of sizes you all up, right?
So where were we? Charles wanted his mom. Okay, proceed from there.
Yeah, I mean, the scene is really funny on the page, but I didn't really know like how it was going to play out. And I've been pining for Dr. Grover Stanley to actually be seen, doing his thing as a therapist. And so they sort of like, I guess I was working on 504 or something, and I think John was like, "Oh, there's a good scene coming up for you," and I was like, "Okay, great." And then later that day, Steve was like, "508's gonna be funny," and I was like, "Okay." And then Marty was like, "We're gonna do the therapy scene. It's gonna be great." And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing therapy in 508, and it's gonna be us."
Isn't
and I was
that
like,
that's how information gets disseminated to us on set? It's like everybody knows what we're doing later in the season except us, right?
Yes.
So that was exciting, right? You got to know you were going to get to work with them. Had you had a big scene with the two of them before?
Not by myself, no.
No, right?
No. Most of my characters' exchanges have been in the group scenes and sometimes playing off of them, but never just us. And never the therapy thing. I thought that was really important that he got established. We got to see him doing the thing that we've heard that he does.
Totally.
Yeah.
And how was filming that scene?
You know, it's hard to not be in awe of these two.
Yep.
You know, and it's not just that they're skilled. But it's actually, I was thinking about it, it's actually like how much love is involved.
Totally.
Their
And then
love
when
of
you
the
throw
craft.
Selena into the mix, when it's the three of them in a scene, it's
oddly-
overwhelming almost. There's so much love for the show, so much love for each other. And so much respect to the actors that they're working with,
And
all three of them. It's incredible.
It's a lot of love, a lot of respect, and you see that what it looks like when you stay the course and you sort of commit yourself fully to something.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's like that friendship between the two of them.
Yeah.
And the fact that they never stop.
Well, yeah. It's unreal. It's unreal. And then you add Davine into the mix, who is just phenomenal. Had you worked with her before?
We were in a scene together, I think in season 2, but I've seen her before. I've met her a couple of times. She was great in that Dolomite Is My Name movie. I thought that was terrific. Eddie Murphy movie. And just like she can hold center. the energy that she brings is so confident that like you can just play off of it because you know that she's actually going to be where she says that she's going to be.
Yeah.
So she brings this energy into the scene. We're doing this thing, and then the whole energy shifts, and it becomes this cipher, this sort of unexpected cipher.
Yeah.
And it's just moment, 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 and they were all just like,
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
We're in the middle of a therapy session. Would you like to join?
Oh, yes.
Do you think that Grover Stanley will ever be a murder victim?
Is it better to be a murder victim?
I think on this show, I think it's better to be a murder victim because then you get a whole nother season about you. Even if you're not there, they're talking
That
about
backstory,
you.
yeah.
Like, and I don't know if you know, I never know anything. So like, I don't know until the very end who did what who's getting what, or I think it's not a bad place to be, is to be a murder victim.
I think so.
Unless there's going to be like, a million seasons and a spinoff, you don't want to die. But
who could tell?
I don't know. Who could tell?
But I'm thinking about my mother because I did a Law and Order way back, and at some point I was found in the trunk of the car. And my mother doesn't watch all the things, but like she watched the Law and Order because the first Law and Order, she was like, "Oh, I got all these calls from these family members that we haven't heard of, and you're bringing the family together, Russell." And I was like, oh. So I did this other one, and she called me up and she was like, "Why didn't you tell me you were gonna be dead?" I was like, oh, this is before spoiler alerts or trigger alerts or whatever. I was like, I didn't even know. So, for my loved ones, maybe I don't want to be murdered.
I hear you. My mother always tries to get ahead of my jobs. Like I'll say, "Oh, I got a job." She goes, "Are you gonna wear all your clothes?" I was like, "Yeah, Mom, I'm wearing all my clothes." No one's asking me to take my clothes off.
Wait, no, is there a history there?
No.
Did you start out in the nudies?
No, I didn't. I did one play in college where I took my shirt off and she's like, "You could have warned me." And I was like, this is why I have shame. Like, what the hell?
This is why.
This is why. How do you feel about playing a game with me?
I like games. I like games.
Should we give a game a try?
Yeah, do I need to stretch before this? How physical is it going to be?
Oh, that's up to you. I think you're good sitting down. I don't think you need to stretch. Okay, so this game is called Dead Giveaway. I have here 10 things that we may have seen in the episode. I'm going to describe them to you, and your job is to guess as many as you can within 60 seconds.
60 seconds?
60 seconds.
Okay.
And the prize you will win today, if you get all of them, is a 30-minute session with psychic medium Celery Wisp.
Okay, celery.
Sounds good. She takes Venmo. Ready? Put 60 seconds on the clock now. This is something that Vince Fish is on. It's a bicycle for exercise. There's a video screen.
Peloton.
Yep. This is what Williams is.
Detective.
This is a game that you play in a casino with cards. Not white, but
black.
Not king, but
queen.
No, the younger one.
A jack.
Yep. This is not men's evening, but
ladies' night.
This is what Celery Wisp is.
A psychic.
Yep. This is if I pulled something from behind my ear right now.
That's magic. Come on.
Yes, it is. This is what when you online put little pictures of things you like.
Facebook, Pinterest.
Yes, exactly. This is what we don't want the Arconia to be turned into, but we will sell our apartments for.
Oh, a casino.
Yep. Bing, bing, bing.
Yes!
You won.
I'm coming to see you.
You won.
I'm going to know both of our futures now.
Yeah, exactly. Ask more about season 6. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, my pleasure, Michael.
Oh my God, there's Jen Aniston. I'm gonna go quick and go see if she wants to be on burn unit as a sexy arsonist.
When people talk about Only Murders in the Building, they're always talking about the clothing and the casting. Today we have one of our fantastic, incredible casting directors here, Tiffany Little Canfield. Hello, Tiffany. How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here. So you've been with Only Murders from the very beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And now we're 5 seasons in. What I'm always so impressed with is you have filled the building with some of the biggest, brightest stars, but also some of the greatest co-stars and just working actors in New York. Every single person that walks on our set, be it someone for 2 lines or Meryl Streep, is always the best of the best. And now you have this new challenge that sort of happened last season. There's sort of groups of actors. Like we had a trio last year, which is the trio of actors playing our trio. And this season you have a trio of billionaires. I imagine that makes the casting even more complicated.
You definitely are talking about dynamics, especially with comedy, because I think comedy dynamic energy is so important to keep surprising the audience. So we definitely talked a lot about these actors in conjunction to each other.
Yeah, so how did we find these billionaires this season? They're incredible.
I'm top 3, they're top 20.
Sebastian on many lists, I'm 4.
Well, we talked about a lot at the beginning about what the parts were. Like, you know, first it was sort of general. At first, 3 billionaires, 1 female, 2 male, you know, very general. And then we started to get into more details, which I don't want to discuss here for various reasons.
Spoilers.
But we just did lists of ideas and talked to the big agencies, and because we usually get a lot of incoming calls on this show.
About this show, people who want to be on the show.
So we look around and we see sort of like who would be fun together.
Well, it worked. I mean, this is a trio that I would never imagine together. Christoph, Renee, Logan, and it's a perfect pairing. Well done. Now, there's another group of actors on this show that I'm obsessed with, which are the 5 brothers.
I'm Johnny. These here are my brothers, Tony, Mikey, Vinny, and Braden.
How fun and challenging was that situation?
I mean, I felt a lot of pressure because when I read the script, I thought that was the funniest idea. And I feel like there's a lot of physical comedy in it. And so to find, you know, who are these guys and what, different types, maybe all different types, or, we went in a bunch of different directions with thinking about who Braden might be.
Yeah.
Is he really different? Things like that. So we explored that in our casting. I'm sure many people will see it and go, that's the way they want, because they might look at themselves and go, why did I get seen for that? Because we really did explore to see what would be the funniest, and these actors just took the parts.
They kill it.
They killed it.
2 of them look very related. There's like 2 pairs that look extremely related to each other, and then Braden, who looks totally different, but doesn't look like a joke. Like that's the thing that you're so good at on this show, is that you get funny actors who are game to play, but nobody feels like a hokey joke. Like the casting is as smart as the writing, which I really appreciate as someone who's on the show. Are you concerned that you might run out of celebrities?
No, because the Met Gala does a really good job of introducing the new ones every year. So you can just go right to the, the Vogue article or your favorite TikTok stylist and go through and whoever's outfit I like the best goes right to the top of the list.
This show's gonna run forever. What is a challenge that you had as a casting director, and once you solved it, you were like, I killed it?
I have to say Miller the Trash Man.
Holy cow, Miller the Trash Man is perfect.
You get to know people when you do their trash.
Well, I'm such a massive, massive fan of David that I can't even begin.
Yeah.
And when we were looking at that part, that's a part where you could really be thinking, like, do you get a super famous person and they show up in this very surprising way?
Right.
But I feel like our team really wanted a great New Yorker.
Yeah.
And I think that David's legacy with the Warriors, I just feel like maybe Luther ends up as the trash man in Arconia.
I can't
or
even
something.
tell
I don't know,
you.
like there's just something, to me, he was so iconic from Inner Space. I don't know if anyone saw that film. And so he just feels like legendary New Yorker. And so it seemed perfect.
He's perfect. I mean, the energy that he brings to every scene. I interviewed him for this, and he's wild and perfect. Yeah, that is a total win this season. It's killer. Okay, if you could choose any actor, living or dead, to join season 6, who would it be?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Good one. Good one.
He's retired though.
Yeah, but you know what?
Those are big dreams.
Yeah, big dreams. Dream big. Dream big. Thank you for casting me in this show. Thank you for casting all the people that inhabit the Arconia. You and your team do such a great job. And, it wouldn't be the same without you. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And I can't wait to see you again on Zoom in an audition.
Well, I've told you about my talents as a medium.
You sure haven't.
Surely you know about my first New York roommate, Celery Wisp.
I sure don't.
Celery.
The writers on Only Murders in the Building have fun, but boy is it a challenging job, keeping track of all the threads of the murder mystery while writing characters that make us all laugh hysterically. Sitting with me now is McKenna Thurber, who co-wrote this episode with Kristen Newman. Hi, McKenna.
It's great to see you.
You've been with this show since season
3.
But I didn't know you in season 3.
No, I was the office PA in season 3 in the production office.
So what did you do?
Well, there were 2 office PAs every season, and I was tasked with lunch for everybody, including you. I would drop off lunch outside of your dressing room.
But I didn't see you, right? You always put it in there, and that's a bummer.
I know.
What other tasks did you have in that job?
It was kind of like a catch-all, any task that needs to be done for production. I would race lipstick to Paul Rudd's house so that he could rehearse writing on the mirror with the lipstick that we had as a prop. Or one time a trash can was on fire outside and I had to call the police. So.
That was my fault. Sorry about that. And then you got bumped up to script coordinator, right?
Yeah, so after season 3, I loved the friends I made so much and told John, our creator, that I would move to LA if I could be the writer's PA. And after the writer's strike happened, I got a phone call on a Thursday and he said, would you want to be our writer's PA? Can you come to LA Monday morning, 9 a.m.?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, absolutely, I'll be there. I'm so excited. Packed up my whole life in New York.
Yeah.
Found a sublet for my apartment in Brooklyn and moved to LA over that weekend and started Monday morning, 9 a.m.
For season 4.
For season 4. And then halfway through that season, our amazing Pete Swanson, who was a script coordinator before me.
Who I love.
He's so awesome. He wrote episode 7.
He wrote episode 7.
This season.
Yeah.
He trained me to be script coordinator. He got bumped up to be a staff writer. And I said, I'll move back to New York City if I can be on set as the script coordinator. And so that's what happened.
So that was season 4. Season 4, you were script coordinator the whole time. What I always like is that you send, when we get the scripts, you sign it, your friend, McKenna Thurber, which is such a nice way to get a new script.
Thanks.
And then now so you did that all season 4. That's when we sort of met, became very friendly. Okay, so incredible rise in the Arconia. You went from office PA to writer's room PA to script coordinator, and now in this season you co-wrote episode 8
with Kristen Newman.
With Kristen Newman, who is also fantastic.
Yeah.
So how did you and Kristen split up the episode? How does that work?
Well, we first got assigned the episode at our Secret Santa. Is a big event in the writer's room. It's a huge, just point of bonding for everyone, where in August when the room started, we pulled Secret Santa names then.
Oh,
and for the next several months, we're giving tiny gifts, hinting who the Secret Santa might be, until we have a huge party for Christmas.
Oh, that is
fun. And reveal the Secret Santa, and it really bonds everyone. And at that party is when John told Alex Bigelow that she was promoted to staff writer and told me that I would be writing episode 8 with Kristen Newman. And at the time, all we knew was that the concept was Ladies' Night. And Kristen had tears in her eyes. She was so excited, and I did too.
Yeah.
And she hugged me, and we were both crying. And she said, we'll figure out what Ladies' Night means soon.
That's amazing.
But yeah, when we started, the way the season, writing a season for us works is for the first couple months, or the first month especially, we're really planning out what each episode might look like in order to, because we have a mystery to solve more than anything. And so we map out the concepts for each episode, who our suspect is going to be. And when we had a loose outline, all we really knew was that we wanted to go after Camilla and that we wanted to call it Ladies' Night.
Ladies' Night, right?
Ladies' Night.
It's ladies' night.
A private ladies' night.
Ladies' night?
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night.
Ladies' night. Ladies' night.
It was ladies' night.
Ladies' night.
And we thought it would be a really fun energy
to
have some type of chaotic feminine night, especially with Mabel at the forefront.
Woo! This is ladies' night.
Yay! Oh my gosh, yes.
And as the season started to unravel, we really, I think, found a really great sweet spot for Mabel's arc especially.
Oh, totally. I've never been so sad not to be a lady in my life. I was like, it's... I know, you kept trying to get Howard in there somehow.
I know.
But it's such a great episode. And when you and Kristen write, do you divide and conquer? Does someone take a pass and then the other person takes a pass? How does that work?
Well, with the way that our writer's room works is so collaborative, where we have basically the whole room discussing what do we think the outline for this episode should be.
Yeah.
And we kind of do a beat structure together of like, here's what a cold open could look like. Here's like what we want the arcs for these three characters to be.
Right.
And then once the outline is pretty solid, and we, Kristen and I, or whoever is
The writers
writing
on the episode, yeah.
will lead that outline, but really everyone's so involved,
Yeah.
especially in like pitching the jokes, and like some of those jokes that happen in outline make it all the way to the end, which is really fun. But then once we have that, Kristen and I peel off and we go, okay, what do you want to take? What part of the story do you like?
Yeah.
And so she was like, how about I take the cold open, you take act 1, I take act 2, you take act 3.
Oh,
we'll write
cool.
it, and then we'll come together, comb through, and help each other make sure we didn't take, we had like a bank of jokes for the episode.
Right.
We wanted to make sure we didn't repeat jokes that we had been pitching for a while.
Yeah.
And it was just, that first draft we added together was like 48 pages, and we had to cut it down to 34.
Yeah.
And it was just, at that point, I had already flown to production in New York, so we'd been co-writing on Zoom.
Oh, wow.
Which was honestly a really awesome experience, because I felt like we had just this one-on-one time any hour of the day where I could call her. Really, it was like,
Yeah.
midnight here, but she had just gotten off work with the writers and be like, hey, this is what I've been ruminating on because I'm here on the sets.
Yeah.
And then she could be like, this is what these are the themes that we're gonna be looking at for episode 9, and
Yeah.
and I think that we should tie this in more. And I just love her so much.
Yeah,
it was a
worked
really
out
great experience.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Here, put this on. This will make you sparkly. You missed our ladies' shopping montage. Sorry.
Okay, so on this episode, you get to write not only for 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Academy Award-winning actresses: Meryl Streep, Diane Wiest, Renee Zellweger, and Da'Vine Joy Randolph. What is that like? Is that intimidating when you're sitting down and writing their lines?
It's definitely exhilarating.
Mm-hmm.
And I think something that we had on our side in terms of just facing that woman power is Jessica Yu, our director, is the 5th Academy Award winner that was working on that episode.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's incredible.
She is just so magnificent.
Yeah.
And so she had these pitches that just really helped us in terms of like what blocking should be to make the comedy work, because it was such a huge episode with so many women that we needed to serve,
Yeah.
that she knew how to give everyone their proper screen time.
Oh, that's great.
And then also while we were on set, Kristen and I were both there every day, and being able to talk to cast about last minute line pitches and what feels best for the character.
Yeah.
They really do a great job at making it seem, taking their dialogue and making it their own, especially when it comes to Celery Wisp.
I can feel the good fortune swirling around this table.
There's one line where Celery says, a swirling. And that was a day of pitch where she was like, I want to say a swirling instead of swirling. I'm going to say a swirling. Is
That's
that cool?
amazing.
And it was like, it's just really fun to see what people do when they have the confidence to elevate what the writing and just concept could be. I mean, I'm so excited that they just took it and ran, because on paper it's a crazy idea, but it works
so well. And it's a perfect sort of combination of great writing, incredible acting, and a great director. That's what our show does very well. So congrats on this. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal. This is your first episode of television that you've written, right?
Yes.
Not the last. Not the last. Do you have any favorite jokes or bits from the whole season, or favorite moments from the entire season?
Favorite moment, funny moments or heartfelt moments?
Both.
I think a delight for us, of course, was giving Loretta those 2 actor roles to play.
Yes.
Celery Wisp, of course, in 8, and then Emily Lawler in episode 6.
Yes.
a psychic and then a Cajun woman who fell into a well with an albino alligator as a child.
So perfect. It's
as
perfect.
She was pogoing over the well. Yeah.
Right.
So those were so delightful to have as like beacons that we could really look forward to
Yeah,
as we
yeah,
were
yeah.
writing. I love the joke so much. It was a Ben Smith pitch in our episode 8, that Charles talks about therapy. And they're like, have you never been to therapy?
Have you not been to a therapist?
Yeah, once. Waste of time. He said, you only hear things you want. And then he told me a bunch of stuff I didn't even want to hear.
It's like,
That is a really good and very real line.
and it was so fun to have Steve read it so many different ways on
Oh,
set.
yeah.
It has been just such a delight. In the writer's room, anytime anyone says something that like makes pitching stop because we're laughing so hard,
Yeah.
we write it on a card and put it on the wall. And we have like a special board that's just all of
awesome.
our best cards of like conversation stoppers. And for me, I would have put that.
That is a good
On one
one.
of the
There's so many good lines this season. And what
It's
is it
insane.
like to write for Howard?
Well, I only had the pleasure of getting to come through after the drafts were done and maybe suggest some punch-ups. But I think that we always refer to Howard as the character that saves us, because I think in so many ways, like, you reground the tone of the show when you walk back in. If it's getting like too mystery, or it's like you are the Arconia. It's like.
Oh, that's nice.
We always refer to we're like, Howard's going to save us. Don't worry. And I think we see that in the next episode 9.
Didn't they call me a Swiss Army knife character or something? Or like I just like come in
Yes.
and fix things?
You are the Swiss Army character.
I love it.
But yeah, in episode 9, we really see that.
We really do.
that
Stay
happen.
tuned. Episode 9 is a good one for Howard.
You're so good in that episode.
Oh, you're nice. Are you ready to play a game with me?
Perhaps.
It's a hard game.
I'm listening.
Okay.
This is a game called Bird's the Word. Bird naming etiquette is one of the most ridiculous things in the scientific world. Truly, it's like the Wild West. And in this game, I'm going to give you some bird names. There will be one real bird name and one fake bird name. And we're going to see if you can guess which the real bird name is.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Are you ready?
Okay.
First up, fancy-throated woodpiper or barefaced go-away bird? Which is real?
The go away.
That's right. Fluffy-backed tit babbler or bare-necked lady flyer?
Tit babbler.
That's right. Chaco choca cha-cha. I can't say this one. Chaco cha-cha-laka or boom bakalaka?
Chacho.
It is chacho. Exactly. Next one, blue-footed booby.
That one's the real one.
Not red-nosed Susie? That's what they used to call me in high school. Red-nosed Susie. Okay, last one. Short-legged beetle chewer. Or long-bearded honey eater.
Honey eater.
That's what they called me in college. All right, this has been so fun.
Did I get them all right?
Yeah, you got them all right. Well, you probably did your research.
We did a lot of bird research
A lot
for
of
this
bird research.
season, yeah.
This game was actually quite easy for you and a little hard for me because they're hard words to say. You're such a good writer and such a good friend, and I'm so glad that we got to experience this show together.
It's crazy.
I hope we experience many more things together. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome, McKenna. And now, MCC on HFM. Howard was not in this episode because he knows how to leave an audience wanting more. Plus, he had yodel shop practice. And that was Michael Cyril Creighton on Howard Francis Morris. You're welcome.
How could my character live here? The album's not alphabetized. Oh, nice. A first edition touching a second edition. Yeah, brilliant. That's really good.
I'm here now with a person who probably knows about more visual Easter eggs on Only Murders than anyone else, our set decorator, Mila Kolovich. Hi, Mila.
Hi.
I'm so happy to have you here because we actually have never met before today.
We haven't. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. You've been with the show since
last season, season 4.
Okay. And you are the set decorator.
Yes.
Can you explain to me and the audience what that means and what that job entails?
So I work under our production designer, Patrick, who is the visionary for the sets. And then once he has sort of designed the vision, he will then give me the direction to start shopping for all the set decor that goes into these sets.
So that would be like pillows and stuff?
Well, you know, it starts from the floor to the wallpapers, to the lighting, to the furniture, to the art, and all the smalls, all these little details and everything that you see.
So anything on like a bookshelf, would that be you?
Yep.
Or would that be, oh, wow. Because I'm never sure, like what's props, what's set decoration, what's production design?
So props is anything that the actors handle, which is why you know the prop department a lot better than you know the set decorating department. You know, anything that you'll handle, anything that the actors are interacting with are really the props. And then everything that they don't, everything in the background, that's me.
That's pretty amazing. You do a very good job, because every time I read things in the scripts, and I sort of sometimes have a visual idea of what it's going to look like when I walk on a set, and then I'm consistently, my expectations are exceeded. I'm completely blown away by every little detail. The best part of this job is when you get to bring a family member or a friend onto set and walk them around and show them all the little details in every single room that no one would know if they weren't on the set, but they're all there. Like, you open drawers and there are amazing things inside. So there's nothing fake about the show.
Your job is to not miss one detail, no matter how small.
I'm glad that we met. So there's sort of like an upstairs, downstairs thing.
There
Your office
is.
is downstairs.
There is. That's why I really got into it this year when we were doing the sort of Arconia downstairs world. It kind of resonates with me because I sort of feel like I'm the downstairs.
Yeah, one of the basement people.
The basement people. Like, nobody knows who we are. We're sort of in before everybody else, and we leave, you know, I hand over the set to the crew, you know, on the day, and that's it.
Let's talk
I'm
about
out of there.
some of the new sets this season that you worked on. This is a big new set this season, the Velvet Room, the casino.
Whoa, mama.
What was that like? That is a spectacular room to walk into.
Well, as the only gambler in our department, I was all over it from day one. So it was great for me because I got to like teach everybody, you know, this is how this is played and this is how this is played. And I'm on the phone with all the like casino companies and like trying to buy all the tables. And that was a lot of fun for me because nobody really knew anything about it.
Right.
And so I got to really get into it.
One of my favorite transformations, I would say, is the Dudenoff apartment from season 4 is now Mabel's apartment in the West Tower. And that redo is gorgeous.
It's extra.
It's extra. It's fantastic.
Extra.
It's the same bones, but it looks so different.
Hey! Hi! Look at this cute place.
Talk about making that transition.
Well, it's funny. So this season, Mabel comes into her own, and you finally see Mabel's style and what she's about.
Now I'm sending in this kick-ass pitch and they'll offer us a podcast deal, right?
You know, she's a little thrifty, she's a little femme, but also strong. And, you know, we wanted to bring all of that for her set. And we also wanted to transition it because from last season when we leave, there's only been a few days, but with the magic of the show, you see a fully redone apartment.
Yeah.
So we kind of worked a little backwards. Like we finished the set and then we started to pull back. So in episode 1 or 2, whenever we first see it, it's just the beginnings.
I like this wallpaper. Someone's been busy around here.
It's getting there.
She's leveling up.
You know, she's painted, she started her mural.
She installed that Murphy bed, right?
Right. So we started with all of those things, and then as the season goes, you'll see it get more and more. We'll add more detail as we go. You know, some of the little things that I've added are little hints at the past seasons where she's got her Frida Kahlo puzzle and she's got her Hardy book collection. Those are the little bits that we kept adding, you know, Dudenoff's final script and things like that.
Come on in, make yourself comfortable. I'm about to change your lives.
You know, a lot of times we use those rooms, those characters' apartments as green rooms to sit and wait until we're filming. So that's when I really explore them. My favorite thing, I don't know if you did this, but it is, I think it's a set deck thing, when we're in Charles's apartment, there's this amazing backgammon set. And I love to play backgammon when I'm in that room. Last
is great.
season, you did Vince Fish's apartment, correct?
Yes.
That was a wild apartment to be in because he had all of these VHSs and I think like TV guides or things like that. He just had so much acting memorabilia because he was so into it. And the amount of detail was insane.
Yeah, he was a history buff, and he was a film student, and he was into...
Well, he's into birding.
Oh, birding.
Yeah, he's into a lot. He's into a lot. Why is it important to have things on set populating the space that sometimes people might not even see? What do you think is the importance of having this sort of fully fleshed out world?
For me, I think it's to support the actors and to support everyone that walks into the set because you want to feel like you're in that space. So I think the most important thing is to make the actors feel, whether it's in their home or, you know, I'm happy to take suggestions. Like if we ever do Howard's apartment again, like let's do it.
Oh, let's talk.
You know, exactly.
I have ideas.
So you really do want the actors to feel something when they walk in there.
You really do.
You get the performance of a lifetime.
The penthouse. That penthouse has seen many different styles. What was it like to redo it for Thee?
So it was funny. It's usually Patrick gives us the direction for the design. But in this case, I actually called wardrobe. I called Dana and the costumers and I said, what is she wearing? Because for me, that was a big thing. I'm like, what is her vibe?
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of different rock stars.
Yeah.
And so I got her costumes. I got, you know, the sheet from the costume department, and I could tell that she was a little Gaga and she was a little Sia and Olivia Rodrigo. And so I kind of was like, well, let's play homage to those stars. And so we started.
What are some of your favorite
with,
details
you know,
downstairs?
The locker room was a lot of fun. We got to sort of give them their own little character.
Are we even allowed to be in the staff locker room? Feels wrong.
So, you know, every locker has some character, although we only know which one is Lester's. And then, of course, all the carvings were a lot of fun to do. Our scenic department
the carvings are incredible.
did an incredible job carving things into that desk. And there's definitely some interesting things in there if you look close.
Yes. Thank you for making everything look so great and having surprises for us around every corner. It makes our performances better. Your team and our whole crew is so amazing. So it's nice to get to spend time with you and actually meet you for the first time.
Yes, you too, as well.
Thank you for being here. I can't wait till you build more.
I know. I'm looking forward to Howard's apartment.
Me too.
I'm 21. I'm so lucky. Everything about my life is so lucky.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already, subscribe and follow us wherever you're listening or watching from. Join us next week when we talk to Jermaine Fowler, who plays a now very suspicious-looking Randall, Jackie Hoffman, who plays our very favorite grumpy neighbor, Uma, assistant costume designer, Abby Geegan, and executive producer, Jess Rosenthal. See you next week. Until then, stay alive, don't get killed. Watch and listen to Only Murders in the Building official podcast, available on Hulu and wherever you get your podcasts. And don't miss Only Murders in the Building, now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.